Welcome back. Taking a full look at weather now with Chief Meteorologist Dan Cianca. Hey, Dan.
I think I got that Monday second wind, Veronica.
It just kicked in?
Just in time for the end of the night. So it's going to be a fun 7 hours before I fall asleep tonight. Anyway, let's take a look at our sunset from Salinas tonight. We had mostly cloudy skies throughout the day and a few light sprinkly showers, and then it kind of cleared out for a bit, and then the low clouds returned, and then came the precipitation again. We have some drizzle going on out there. Here were some high temperatures from today. It was warmer than I expected it to be today, especially with the clouds out there. Corralitos, our hot spot today, probably will be the hot spot tomorrow as well. Watsonville at 66. Santa Cruz in the mid-60s today. Most of us in the low to mid-60s. So not too bad, even though we have the clouds today. Here's our cold front coming through. A couple of little green thin blobs on the radar showing up as we get a little light precipitation along this frontal boundary as it moves through. Behind it, much drier air, though, and a cooler air mass. Initially, it will be cooler, and we'll notice that tomorrow morning when we wake up, but it will modify tomorrow afternoon. And I think high temperatures, even though we will have sunshine, and they will be cooler than what we had today, will actually still be pretty nice in the sunshine tomorrow, especially. We'll be pretty seasonable, if you will. So this is the first system. Things are going to change later on this week. We get a weak little ridge of high pressure, tries to move in from the west a little bit, but doesn't make all that much headway. And then we're watching this bigger system up to the northwest. So this is actually a pretty strong system. Right now it's building. It'll be making some big waves, by the way, which will be here this weekend as well. So we'll probably have to deal with some high surf this weekend, but you won't be wanting to head to the beach anyway because it's going to be chilly, it's going to be windy, and it's going to be rainy in like a 4-day period this weekend. So a spring-like weekend we just experienced transitions back into a winter-like weekend next weekend. So here's how that's going to play out for us. Thursday, the first cold frontal boundary likely works its way through with some wind and probably light to moderate rain, and then we'll just continue to see like spokes of this giant wheel of storm coming ashore as we head through Friday, which could bring some moderate rain, gusty winds. Saturday, more moderate rain and gusty winds, and maybe all the way into Sunday morning by the time this thing moves through. A couple things to mention with this. Right now, I'm not expecting it to be a major storm here locally. It's just going to be several days of kind of cold, blustery, rainy conditions. Some hazards that could be possible for us. May see some mountain snow, so if you live up in the higher elevations, above about 4,000 feet, which is not many of you, but a few of you, you may be dealing with some snow. And then elsewhere across the state, there's going to be plenty of snow up in the Sierra Nevada. Snow levels quite a bit lower. We've been in an El Nino winter, which is typically warmer, so our snow levels are higher, even though there is still plenty of snow up high and actually getting finally closer to normal for this time of year in the Sierra Nevada. The mid-elevations haven't seen a lot of snow this year. That is going to change this weekend as this cold storm system messes through. So Highway 50, I-80, even I-5 up into Oregon, all of these areas expect winter driving conditions starting Friday. And it might be difficult to get to where you need to go, especially if you're trying to leave the state. You might want to take the desert routes, although it may even snow at Tehachapi as we head into Saturday. So something to keep in mind. There's also a slight chance of thunderstorms on Saturday before this all moves out, but it's going to be an interesting couple of days as we head into the weekend. But as I mentioned, in the short term, we have a cold front coming through. Here's the back edge of it showing up pretty nicely on this computer model. And we see that the clouds kind of clear out behind it. So that's going to leave us with partly cloudy skies. A little bit of fog possible in the valleys tomorrow morning. And the rest of the day tomorrow, mostly sunny. We'll see northerly winds will be kind of gusty at times up in the mountains and along the exposed coast. But generally not a bad day. There'll be a lot of sunshine. If you're in the sun and out of the wind, it'll feel pretty nice tomorrow. But if you're in the wind, it might feel a little bit cooler. But you'll have a lot of sunshine to work with, and it's going to be not wall-to-wall necessarily, but certainly pleasant throughout the day. Here's your temperature forecast. We're going to start things off in Santa Cruz County. We're going to stay in the 50s in the higher elevations tomorrow afternoon, but 60s down in the valleys and down to the coast, mid-60s in Santa Cruz. Again, a cold morning tomorrow morning, so we're going to start the day in the 30s, places like Boulder Creek, Scotts Valley tomorrow morning. On the east shore of the bay, going to get you back into the mid-60s in Watsonville. Corralito, 66 tomorrow, by the way. You'll be our hot spot. We'll be 42 in Salinas overnight, back to 64, low 60s in Gilroy and Hollister tomorrow afternoon. So cooler than today, but in the sunshine, it'll still feel nice tomorrow. Over to the peninsula, winds coming onshore out of the north will keep us in the 50s in PG, but we'll probably squeeze out some low 60s in Monterey and Seaside. And then down south, up and down the Salinas Valley, we'll keep you in the 60s as well. Pinnacles may stay in the 50s, but not a bad day out there. How about the rest of that 7-day forecast? Well, Actually, Wednesday morning will be even colder by a couple of degrees, but the afternoon will be warmer as the dry air mass settles in. Then clouds will be on the increase late Wednesday, low clouds. And then, yeah, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday looking stormy. Colder, windier on the central coast. We'll be down into the mid 50s. And then on the backside of that system, we can see some pretty chilly air Sunday into Monday mornings, especially. I'm watching for some frost inland as we head in toward early next week. But yeah, it's going to be a busy end to the week and weekend. So make sure you stay tuned to the forecast. Right now, we're not expecting the apocalypse weather-wise or anything, but certainly some hazards and some inconveniences for you. And we'll obviously keep an eye on those specific details. So make sure to stay tuned to the forecast. Veronica.
Sounds good. We will. Thank you, Dan.